has very little interest in building stars nowadays. It's the old Ryback effect, man. Like he said, he said the Triple H told him
Yep.
post John Cena,
Yep.
WWE has no desire to make people larger than life,
And that's
and
great. And how's that working out for you?
ratings are going down the tank. That's how
How's that
it's been.
working out for you, man?
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking.
Yeah, hi. Alrighty, folks, ladies and gentlemen. As you saw in the beginning of the video, so yeah, thanks to Vince Russo and Dr. Chris from Sports Kita's Legion of Raw review. Uh, yeah, so basically, it's the truth. Unfortunately, WWE, for some reason, doesn't want to create new stars, or they don't want large than life characters anymore. And that's a problem because without large than life characters and you're just trying to sell WWE as a brand is a problem because there's not even people that you're going to give a fuck to watch as a brand. Okay? And like it or not, you really need a star. You really need these large than life characters. You need to build new stars. Okay? I understand that freaking nowadays that wrestling is fucking garbage, and also like, but that's also the problem. Like, why they're gonna try to advertise a brand? Because let's be honest here, wrestlers nowadays don't scream large in life. They're just not, and I get that. I get that they're not large in life characters. A lot of these wrestlers are not. You know, like, but that shouldn't be an excuse for actually trying to. When you have people who do look like stars, but yet you fucking either ruin them or whatever, and just don't make them look legit, or just don't, I don't know, you have fucking shitty writing. I don't know. You could probably even make a fucking small guy, even like a large and light character, even though he won't look necessarily has the look, but you can make him entertaining. Maybe that can make him large in life. Just like, for example, Eddie Guerrero. You know? So yeah, since John Cena, they haven't created a big star. One exception could be said Roman Reigns. You know, especially with his new being a heel now, as has helped him to be someone known in wrestling, even though he's part of this fucking shit world of wrestling where like you could say he's like Paul Heyman said, he's the right place, the right person in the wrong time, because nowadays, and supposed to that's the problem. Why that's a problem is because when you only have Roman Reigns as like your only big star and he's the current champion, who is really legit to beat Roman Reigns as the champion? Then otherwise you're gonna keep fucking. It's gonna run its course. Him being the tribal chief and him being Universal Champion. And if you literally give the title to somebody, like for example Seth Rollins, that'll be a problem because first of all, Seth Rollins is really not that good. Sure, he's a good wrestler, but not good character, not like legit credible. Plus, he's around the same time as fucking Roman Reigns. You kind of need a new guy to defeat Roman Reigns, unless if you're not going to have guys like Edge, Brock Lesnar. But again, that's the thing. You can't just rely on them all the time, even though I love both of them, right? But yeah, you need to create new stars. And for some reason, WWE hasn't bothered to create a new star besides really Reigns. And they want to try to advertise as a brand, which is a problem because if you just advertise a brand, people will be like, okay, who is to be excited about? Who is good? And again, when you turn on Monday Night Raw and Smackdown, you see all these fucking smarky wrestlers, you know, these indie wrestlers. Which again, that's the problem. Like wrestling being indie and shit like that. Who's really like, oh, this guy's a star? I'm interested. And again, that's a problem when you have a show, when you have a wrestling show nowadays that like characters that like, especially larger life characters with charisma, storylines going on, a story behind the wrestler, you know, and even those wrestlers being good wrestlers themselves. But because nowadays you got wrestlers who are trying to be appeal to the indie smarky fan base by doing flips and kicks and acrobatic shit instead of being wrestlers and doing wrestling moves or having established moveset. You know what I mean? And they only care about having 5-star indie matches just to please themselves and the fans and shit like that. Not actually telling a story. And again, not every match need to be 5 stars. That's a problem. This is a problem in wrestling when you have no stars. Because, like, really, aside from... Because look what happened this past Raw. And I'm filming this freaking the 13th of January. Besides Lesnar and Lashley, did people give a fuck after that shit? That just goes to show how people don't really give a fuck. Like, that's a sad thing. Bobby Lashley should be a current star. Even though the thing is, he's old. Apparently he's older than Lesnar, so that's a problem. And he debuted around 2005, so he is technically already old. Roman Reigns, he debuted 2012. He's getting to the point where he's gonna have to like slow down. Like, he's already established being a main eventer. He's already been like the guy since like 2015 or whatever. Like, since Cena left, he became more of the main top guy, the main eventer. But the thing is, he wasn't, like, sometimes he won't be positioned as, like, the main focal point, which is a problem. That's why you guys, now we see all these stupid mid-card matches main eventing, even Diva shit main eventing, women's main event. Like, again, no one gives a shit about women's wrestling. I hate to say, I'm sorry, it's not being sexist, again, no one cares a fuck, because it doesn't draw viewership. It's the truth. This is why you need large life characters, and that way you don't see women main eventing, you won't see all these mid-card shit going on. It would happen if you have stars. Back in the day, Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, everybody had a character. They're not like, but you had legit main eventers who were stars. You had fucking Shawn Michaels. You had Triple H. Shawn Michaels. You have The Undertaker. You had Kane. You had Stone Cold, The Rock, Mankind. Those like 7 stars around the Attitude Era. Then Ruthless Aggression, you had fucking you had Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista, Edge, stuff like that. Do you not understand? Like, you need to like at least every year try to develop a star. Now you haven't really developed a star. Like, do they not know how to book anybody? I understand wrestling is shit and everybody's fucking garbage now, but when you try to fucking promote the show as a brand and actually fucking try to create stars, that is a problem. Okay? I'm not saying try to make fucking Finn Balor star, because first, that's also the problem. A lot of these wrestlers, people don't realize, they are old. Okay? That's what they get for fucking spending time in the indies so many fucking times. But again, that's because you smarks wanted it and everybody fucking was gone. Like, they wanted to cater to you fucking fans. Like, I get it. Wrestling is garbage, and there's no legit wrestlers anymore. People out there. I mean, there's some, but like, yes. Also, they fucked up with booking. There could be guys who could have been stars and shit like that. But like, reality, if you think about it now, it wouldn't have cut it to be a legit big star. You know? And I understand wrestling shit, but that's what they get for trying to appeal to the indie demographic. And because of that, that killed your show, and people don't want to even be a wrestler in your show anymore, or people don't want to watch. You killed your fan base. And also doesn't help your fucking shows is just shit. So, just to sum up everything, you have no one to blame but yourself. And because of your lack of building stars, a lack of having larger-than-life characters like Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock and shit, or trying to you don't need to necessarily have, the next Stone Cold or whatever. Just have somebody who's at least cool, someone who's legit interesting, someone that's not necessarily as cool or great as Hulk Hogan or Stone Cold, but someone that's close. We're asking for something that's close at least, because that'll be something. Yes, wrestling will not be as good, but maybe it'll be at least somewhat like getting better if you actually try to at least something that's close to it. Obviously, it doesn't help with the fucking writing you have and shit like that, and also the wrestlers you have. That's why, like, the only legit guy that I think from NXT, that also goes back to NXT, the type of wrestler you hiring. Besides, like, Braun Breaker, maybe, who's, like, the only legit guy that you could probably make as a next star. But when you're going to have him on the main roster, like, he probably still has things to learn and shit like that. I don't know. Other than that, who else? Okay? You need stars. Just saying. Because how the hell you're going to... Like, it doesn't help because, like... It's not just fucking you need more main eventers. Like, because, like, guys like Reigns, who's still the Universal Champion, and he's, like, running his course, like... And you're going to potentially think of Seth Rollins beating him. That is a problem. You can't have Seth Rollins beating fucking Roman Reigns. You need to give that rub to somebody at least who is actually legit cool, but that's the problem when you have nobody legit cool, who are you to give it to? You know, unless that's why you have to have guys like Lesnar beat Reigns and shit like that. But like, I don't know. It just that's the thing. The fact that they don't bother to create new stars is a problem, and it's killed their show. And also, it doesn't help when you're trying to cater to the indie demographic, the smarky fans. That helped kill your show. So, that's really just my case point. Just really something I would agree with Vince Russo and Dr. Chris from Sports Key, just Legion of Raw review, because they speak the truth. Shout out to them. Go watch it Monday nights. It's good reviews. You know, every Monday they do reviews. It's fucking amazing. You know, you got the guy who helped create the Attitude, the guy who wrote the fucking show, who knows what the fuck he's talking about. Well, he did pole matches. He cut WCW out. Yeah, killed WCW when it was an AOL buyout. The guy literally tried helping the show, and he was competing against his own show. That's also the problem. How about follow the Vince Russo format? This is what they need. They need to bring back the Vince Russo format. But again, they won't do that because not just being PG, but also freaking the types of writers they have are just freaking... They're garbage. I don't know. They don't know what the fuck how to book a wrestling show anymore. They don't know. Like, God bless them, I guess. Like, sure. You know, good on y'all. You know, you're making money, like, aside from just wrestling-wise, you're making money in business-wise and shit like that. And I guess that's the only reason they only care... That's the only thing they care about now. They don't care about if the show is good. And apparently that's a reason... Okay, this is the main thing. Apparently they don't want to create new stars because they're worried about them going to Hollywood and they can't rely on them anymore. Then that's why you create more stars. Simple as that. You know, sooner or later Roman Reigns is going to probably go to Hollywood. You know, you need to create... That's why you got to keep creating stars. You know? Simple as that. But apparently they want to rely on guys because they were hoping to rely like on Cena for years, which is that's a problem. You can't just keep doing that. At least when Cena was on, he had guys like Orton to feud with. He even tried Sheamus, for fuck's sakes, even though that's shit. But fuck. Overall, moral of the story, just create some stars, or, I don't know. Actually, maybe you just can't because wrestling is just dead. I mean, you can't really blame them. But just, in the end of the day, wrestling just garbage. That's a moral story. Wrestling just fucking sucks nowadays. That's all I have to say there. And that's why the ratings are going down. That's why everything is shit. And it's probably best that fucking we could just stop watching. The only reason why I'm still watching, not just the review, but also freaking to speak the truth. Because there is still some people that I enjoy and care about in WWE. Or just like in wrestling in general. It's not even just WWE, even AEW. Because, you know, there's still people that actually I like and shit. You know? You know, but again, both shows suck. But just wrestling in general suck. But you still got some decent shit going on. But if only wrestling is good, maybe fucking people be happy, people be watching. But that's why people are not watching. That's why wrestling nowadays get 1 million viewers as compared to the Monday Night Wars that got 10 million viewers. Not just that, even 1980s, Hogan and Rock at the main event got fucking 30 million viewers. Where did we go from there? Wrestling used to be part of pop culture, people. It needs to be. How the fuck is wrestling be part of pop culture again with shit like this? It would be nice if wrestling would be part of pop culture again. But ain't gonna be with this whole gay indie shit. And also you can blame the fans themselves. Because the fans are at fault because they want nerdy, gay, smarky shit. Okay? Till next time. Peace. Yeah, bye. Drink your cola magnificently. Maybe they need a Coca-Cola that styles class magnificently. You know, drink it magnificently. And maybe they'll get some sense of clarity. But they won't because they're retarded. Till next time. Peace. Yeah, bye.